Part 2 of my SmackDown. The results start at this point. There's also rumors WWE trying to hire top Japanese talent to work as trainers for the new brand, or potential WWE Performance Center in Japan. Meltzer noted that there is talk of WWE signing 2 top Japanese talents for the new NXT brand, but he just wouldn't name them until he has confirmation. Stay tuned. More updates on the NXT Japan brand, thanks to the source of Wrestling Observer newsletter. Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville, North Carolina has announced that 2019 Tribute to the Truth special will tape on the same night as the Friday, December 6th SmackDown episode. Like I promised earlier, until I got the word, but there's no date on when it will air. But I'll keep you updated. There likely will be Raw and SmackDown superstars at the arena that night because of the Truth special. Following superstars are being advertised: Roman Reigns, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, Sasha Banks, New Day, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, Big King Baron Corbin, SmackDown's Women's Champion Bayley, and WWE Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. No other stars have been announced. It looks like Tribute to the Truth will tape after SmackDown, as the event is scheduled to begin at 7:45 Eastern Time that night, just minutes before SmackDown hits the air on Fox. Tickets for SmackDown go on sale next Friday, October 25th. Ticket prices start at $18, $10 increments. 18, 28, 38, 53, 63, 98, and 103. Ember Moon took to Twitter and called on indie wrestlers to attend the open tryouts at the Dojo Wrestling School in Denton, Texas this coming weekend, this Saturday. Moon is a head trainer at the school, and Saturday will be her very first training class. As of this video, there are 11 slots left for the tryouts. The formerly XCW Wrestling Indie promotion announced this week that their XCW Institute was changing to the dojo. Moon will serve as the head trainer along with her husband, Matthew Palmer. They live in the area. Full details on the tryouts are on Facebook, which I did not get the link. I do apologize. It was noted that the school is $350 per month with a $350 down payment, or $3,500 per year with no down payment. It was reported earlier this month that Moon is currently suffering from an injury on either her ankle or Achilles and could be out of action for up to a year. Ring announcer Justin Roberts has officially signed a contract with AEW. Roberts took to Instagram and announced that he has officially signed a contract with the company, in reference to AEW president and CEO Tony Khan. Breaking news: 5 years to the week when it ended, and I thought my final announcement had been made. The contract has been signed, and it's officially time to begin. Again, Roberts wrote, "Thank you to every one of you who has supported me over the years and asked for me to come back. And thank you to AEW for believing in me. Tony, Cody, Nick, Matt, Kenny, Randy, Dana, Chris, and company have created something so special, and as a fan and as an announcer, I am beyond excited and happy to be part of it. Hashtag I am with AEW. Hashtag put on paper now. Hashtag begin again. Hashtag AEW. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag follow your dreams, and just as importantly, hashtag never give up on your dreams." Unquote. Roberts was released from WWE October 13, 2014, after being hired back in 2002. He started working for AEW back in April. Also noted, WWE Universal Champion Seth Rollins was pulled from the Big Ten match, Team Hogan versus Team Flair match, due to his Falls Count Anywhere title defense against The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, that same night. And I gave you a spoiler to that on Friday's edition of SmackDown from last week. WWE announced tonight on SmackDown that Reigns will be the new team captain. It was also announced that Ali and Shorty G, Chad Gable, will be on Team Hogan. I did not catch that on SmackDown itself, that they announced that Roman Reigns will be the team captain. Team Hogan currently includes now Reigns, Rusev, Ricochet, Ali, and Gable. Team Flair currently has Randy Orton, King Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. The final member of Team Flair will be revealed in the next week or two. Technically, they could get Sami Zayn. But Sami is not even advertised for Crown Jewel. So he may not be there. Speaking of The Fiend versus Rollins, it's been announced that the Falls Count Anywhere match cannot be stopped for any reason. Another stipulation. Dark match before SmackDown at the Baker's Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Indiana saw Apollo Crews defeat Kalisto. According to a correspondent in attendance, both superstars played the babyface role, but Kalisto was much more open about it and was very open with the younger fans in attendance. Correspondent noted that Crews didn't show much emotion at all. SmackDown opens up with a standard video package. Live from the Bankers Life Fieldhouse from Indianapolis, Indiana. Power goes off in the arena. Michael Colson welcomes us. He chimes in with Corey Graves. No other announcer reported by the reporter. Intercontinental title match was up first. Roman Reigns versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Go right to the ring. Out comes the challenger, Roman Reigns. Pyro explodes again as Reigns gets a pop. Colson and Graves hype Bayley and Miz TV and the women's division six-pack challenge to crown her next challenger. Out next comes Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn. The announcers hype the match and Nakamura poses in the corner. The bell rings and they go at it. Zayn is on commentary as Reigns and works Nakamura over. Nakamura turns around and drives big knees into Reigns. Nakamura runs into a big boot in the corner. Reigns keeps control with Nakamura rocking him. More back and forth between the two. Reigns drives Nakamura into the mat for a close 2 count. They end up on the floor. Reigns goes for a drive-by at the apron, but Sami jumps over and pulls Nakamura out of the way. Back for the break. Reigns tries to fight back, but Nakamura keeps control. More back and forth. Nakamura keeps Reigns grounded. Nakamura fights up and out. Reigns rocks Nakamura, and they'll close out for a pop. Reigns with another pop for dropping the champ. Reigns runs the ropes and hits a flying clothesline as Sami looks on. Reigns with a clothesline in the corner as the fans count along. Reigns with a big boot to level Nakamura. Reigns with more power moves. Nakamura pulls Reigns down in the corner, down into an armbar out of nowhere. Reigns resists and goes for the bottom rope, but Nakamura keeps the triangle locked in. Fan champion Reigns as he powers up with Nakamura, bringing him back down with a big power bomb. Nakamura kicks out at 2. Reigns can't believe it. The crowd gets riled up as Reigns takes it all in. Nakamura's down. Sami hasn't had enough. He gets up from commentary and hits the apron for distraction. This leads to a cheap shot from Nakamura. Nakamura follows up with a sliding snap jumper suplex at the apron. Nakamura returns to the ring and calls for the Kinshasa. But Reigns meets him in mid-move with a big Superman punch. Nakamura kicks out. Reigns looks to put Nakamura away with a spear as he waits for Nakamura to get up. King Corbin suddenly appears on the apron and rocks Reigns with his scepter. The referee calls for the belt for disqualification. And Sami Zayn's all in smiles. After the match, Reigns wins, but Nakamura retains. Reigns gets a beat down until Daniel Bryan hits the ring, unloads on everyone. Bryan dumps Corbin to the floor, and they fight off. He fights off Nakamura. Bryan with more offense and a big pop. Bryan goes to run the ropes. Again, but Sami grabs his ankle from the floor. Bryan struggles with him. Bryan looks up as Nakamura charges and lays him out. Nakamura, Sami, and Corbin leave together as Nakamura music hits. We go backstage to the New Day. Tucker and Heavy Machinery appear and talks about doing battle in the World Cup Tag Team Turmoil match at Crown Jewel. But they will be on the same page for tonight. 8-man tag team match. Otis comes in with a special pancake mix with extra protein as his partner added to it. Otis is reminded that they don't have time to cook because the match is soon. He drinks the pancake mix instead from the bowl as we go back to commercial. And the New Day step back for that. As a cut back to the cut commercial. Back to the break, Caleb Braxton stops Baron Corbin backstage for comments on what just happened. He puts his crown on, says, and just walks off. Next match, you got Shorty G versus Curtis Axel. We go to the ring, out comes Chad Gable. Now introduces as Shorty Gable. He changes his name after the match. Cole Saul shows us a quick promo for Gable. B-Team will wait in the ring. Curtis Axel with Bo Dallas. But we only got singles action. Bell rings and they go at it. Back and forth to start. Axel ends up taking Gable down in the corner and stomping away as Dallas cheers him on at ringside. Axel with more offense as he slams Gable out of the corner for another pin attempt. Axel keeps Gable grounded. Gable fights up and out, but Axel stops the momentum. Gable rolls Axel out of the corner for a 2 count. Gable ends up on the apron. He dodges a shot from Dallas and kicks him in the face. Gable and Axel go at it in the ring. Gable blocks a perfect plex and ends up taking Axel down from a counter. Gable applies the ankle lock and gets a win by submission. After the match, Gable celebrates as his music hits. We go to replays. Caleb Braxton interviews Gable at ringside after the win. She asks how the recent height jokes from other superstars have affected him. Gable says that he thought he was being held back by his height until now, and the truth is, height makes him who he is. Gable says it's okay to be exactly who you are. As fans pop for that, Gable says you will come along people who want to get in your head and screw with you. But tonight, to those people, he says thank you. Thank you for making him look deep inside of himself and like who he is. Embrace who he is. Gable says we all have insecurities, but he stands here tonight to say one thing. You can overcome. Do not run or hide from them. Accept who you are. Gable accepts who he is. Fans pop again. I'm Shorty Gable. Actually, let's shorten that up. I'm Shorty G. Gable's music hits, and he celebrates as the fans pop. The name change goes with what he reported a while back, that WWE filed to trademark the Shorty G name. Now it's a talk Team Flair versus Team Hogan. And Crown Jewel, and they show us some Twitter talk between Hall of Famers Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. They talk about WWE Universal Champion Seth Rollins being off Team Hogan due to his Falls Count Anywhere match with The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, that same night. And they haven't mentioned it during the show at all until that point. Cole and Graves are joined live by Skype by Hogan now. Fans pop big in the arena as the Hulkster asks, "What's up?" Graves says Team Hogan has a few holes in it, and that's what Hogan plans to do about his team. Hogan says he's been chasing Flair around since Graves was in diapers, and he has Flair's number, so don't worry about it. Hogan says the entire locker room wants to be on the team. Do they really? Coleslaw asks who is going to be on his team. Hogan says Shorty G and Ali have stood out the most, indicating that Ali was scheduled to wrestle already tonight. Hogan says there will be a big announcement before the end of the show. They talk some more, and Hogan issues a big Hogan-style threat to the Nature Boy. "What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do, brother?" They thank Hogan and he signs off. Graves and Cole say that this is a big opportunity for Ali and Shorty to be on Team Hogan. The team captain will be revealed later. I didn't hear it during the whole show. Heavy Machinery in the New Day versus the Revival, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. We go to the ring. Out first comes Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker. New Day's Big E and Xavier Woods hit the ring next with a platter full of pancakes. Kobe Kingston is with them. We go to commercial. Back for the ring. Out first comes Robert Roode for this 8-man tag match. Ziggler's entrance was next. Roode and Ziggler head to the ring together. Out next are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Fowler. Coleslaw and Graves plug the big nine-team World Cup Turnbull match at Crown Jewel. Tucker and Ziggler start the match. Ziggler takes control early on and hits a drop kick. Ziggler shows off some. Tucker comes right back with a drop kick of his own. To take control for a pop. Rude runs in to make the save, but it backfires. Otis also comes in, and they hit double team suplex on Rude and Ziggler. Big E comes in and dances with Otis before wishboning Ziggler to take out the Revival next as they run in, then get tossed to the floor. Woods runs the ropes and takes out Dawson and Dash on the floor. Wood charges on the floor, but Rude and Ziggler intercept and drive him into the floor with a big double team. Wood screams out in pain as we go to commercial. Back from the break, and Dash has Woods down. Dawson ends up coming in, but Woods unloads. More back and forth. Ziggler and Rude prevent a tag. Wilder tags in, and Revival hits a big double team on Woods for a close 2 count. Ziggler comes back in and takes Woods to the top for a superplex. Woods resists and fights back. Woods headbutts Ziggler to the mat. Woods flies with a big missile drop kick. As Ziggler gets up, fan chant for Otis and pop loud as he tags in. Otis unloads on Rude as he comes in. Otis also slams Ziggler, then knocks the Revival off the apron. Otis and Rude are in the middle of the ring now. Otis drops Rude and sends Ziggler into him. Otis keeps control and takes out Rude and Ziggler once again. Dawson runs in, but Otis closes on him. Otis slices Rude on the ropes again. Otis stands tall in the middle of the ring for a pop before hitting the caterpillar on Rude. Dawson flies off the top, but Otis catches him. Tucker comes in for the double team, but Ziggler pulls his leg from the outside. The Revival double team Otis, but only get a 2 count as the referee botches call. Bodies fall out on the outside of the ring as Dawson is left alone with Otis. Otis blocks the suplex and lifts Dawson with one of his own. Biggie comes in and Otis hands Dawson to him on his shoulders. Wood tags in for a midnight hour double team on Dawson for the pin and the win. After the match, winners stand tall and celebrate as the New Day's music hits. Kobe joins them after the match. So to come, 6-pack challenge for the women's division. Plus Bailey on Miz TV. Announced to reveal tonight's main event. Reigns and Bryan versus Nakamura and Zayn. That was set up earlier. As I was kind of predicting that match, even though I told my brother about it, he didn't even watch it at all. Kayla Braxton backstage with Daniel Bryan now. She asked about helping Roman Reigns earlier. And tonight's main event, Bryan has been beat up thousands of times, but it's never affected his mindset. And this is no different. This is his first fight on SmackDown, and that's all he is focused on right now. Bryan goes on and is ready to put these two kings in their places. We see Bailey backstage walking. Back to commercial. Back to the ring. The Miz is in the ring for another must-see edition of Miz TV. Miz welcomes us and talks about his guest, then introduces her SmackDown Women's Champion, Bailey. Makes her way out with her new theme song, and Sasha Banks right by her side. Banks and Bailey hit the ring. Miz doesn't realize Banks would be here. Banks and Bailey put the champ over. Miz talks about Bailey winning the title from Charlotte, and then leads us to a video package. The video shows us how Bailey destroyed the inflatable Bailey Bunnies and revealed a new look and attitude last week. Then won the title. Miz has one simple question. Why? Bailey takes her time and fans boo. Bailey doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Miz says she doesn't owe him anything. But what about the fans and her supporters? Bailey is quiet. So Miz asks who she is. A silent champion? Is she WWE champion Brock Lesnar or Paul Heyman? Fans pop at Lesnar's mention. Miz goes on wondering why Bailey changed and asks if it's how she will always play second fiddle to Banks, no matter what her accomplishments are. Well, that got Banks fired up. Banks knocks Miz for getting drafted late in the 2019 WWE Draft. He says it doesn't matter. People listen when he talks. He goes on and says she slashed the Bayley buddies to be relevant last week. Bayley says that's not why. She slashed them because they have defined her for her entire WWE run. She goes on about giving everything each week, headbands, high fives, and hugs. But all fans did was take. She goes on and says she promised to elevate the division the first night she won the title. And she did that. Fans give her the what treatment now? Bayley says she was in pain, crying, and heartbroken when she lost the title at Hell in a Cell. But no one was there for her. She goes on and says she picked herself up and won her title back. But when she walked backstage to the locker room, no one was waiting there to hug her or congratulate her. She used to think the division lacked opportunity, but it's just lazy, lacks desire and power. Bayley used to try to be what they wanted her to be. But the truth is, she's outgrown them now. Fans boo. So you guys want some inspiration? Life sucks. And then you die. Unquote. Music then interrupts and out comes Nikki Cross to the stage. Cross says that's enough. Bayley, she thinks she speaks for everyone here when she says that the time for talking is done. And the time for action is now. Fans pop. If Nikki wants a match, Cross tells Bayley to go make herself comfortable. And then after tonight's win, she will make sure she gives Bayley a great big hug. Music interrupts and out comes Dana Brooke with a microphone. Not so fast, Nikki. She mentions being underutilized and underlooked, but that is the past, and tonight marks a new beginning for her, and she can feel it. Brooke says that she will give the WWE Universe something to cheer for because the flex appeal is here on SmackDown, and she flexes her muscle. And she tells the fans to flex as well, but the music interrupts. Now comes Lacey Evans. Evans heads to the ring as we go to commercial. Six-pack challenge is up. Lacey Evans versus Carmella versus Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville versus Nikki Cross versus Dana Brooke. Heck, I thought it was a six-man tag match. 3 versus 3. Back for the break, Carmella is wrapping up her entrance. The ring is full. Lacey, Carmella, Mandy, Sonya, Nikki Cross, and Dana Brooke. The winner will become the number one contender to SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley for a future title shot. Well, I guess they were still right about Champion Man was saying champions do not automatically get automatic title shots. Thus, Charlotte does not get her title shot. Bell rings, and here we go as everyone starts bawling. DeVille and Rose double team Carmella. While Cross watches from the corner, the others are on the outside. They clear a double team. Cross now. Cross eventually fights back. And Sasha and Bayley look on. Cross fights off of the double team again until Rose clotheslines her. Rose and DeVille are all alone in the ring now. Standing tall, they double team Carmella on the floor, talking trash against the barrier and launching her. Brooke makes a save and takes them down. Evans levels Brooke out of nowhere. On the outside, Brooke rolls Cross in and stops to wipe the sweat off of from her forehead, wasting time and turning her back. Cross takes advantage and kicks Evans from the ring, dropping her back on the floor. Carmella ends up taking down Evans. DeVille and Rose at the same time with a shot off the top of the barrier go to commercial. Back with the break, Rose and DeVille have control over Carmella. Carmella fights him off as we see Banks and Bayley watching again. Cross makes a save on a pin. Cross launches Carmella out of the ring, taking Rose and DeVille down on the floor. Dana fights Rose and DeVille on the floor. Cross leads from the top, taking them all three down on the floor. Evans launches Cross into the steel steps. Evans brings Dana back into the ring and drives a boot to her face for a 2 count. Dana ends up catching Evans with a sit-down powerbomb. Then it goes to the top and nails a big senton, but Carmella and Rose break the pin. Rose and Carmella go at it, slapping each other in the middle of the ring. Carmella ends up getting the code of silence submission on Rose, but DeVille makes a save. Dana and DeVille go at it. Evans drops DeVille with a woman's right. More back and forth with everyone hitting their trademark moves. Cross nails a spinning neckbreaker on Rose out of nowhere for the pin. Number 1 contender, Nikki Cross. After the match, Cross celebrates as the music hits. Bayley stands up at ringside. Cross poses on the ropes and stares down at her, talking trash. To end the segment. Still to come, Reigns and Bryan versus Corbin and Nakamura. Announcers lead us to a video package on Braun Strowman. The Hype Showman versus Ice Fury of Crown Jewel. Back for the break, we get a video package for the Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Universal Champion Seth Rollins. Braun Strowman versus Drew Gulak. What's up next? We go to the ring. Out comes Braun Strowman. We get more hype for the feud with Tyson Fury and the match at Crown Jewel. Drew Gulak waits in the ring and Strowman stares him down. Bell rings and Gulak makes his blue brand debut. Gulak goes to the ropes and requests a microphone to top the match. Gulak introduces himself and says he's a former WWE Cruiserweight Champion. And he happens to be the preeminent combat sports historian in the world. Gulak goes on and Strowman makes a move towards him. Gulak says if Strowman goes into Crown Jewel, being the same old boxer among men, Fury will knock him out. Strowman disagrees. Gulak says he's cut from the same cloth and apparently wants to help Braun, where he builds a 345 slide PowerPoint presentation on the big screen. I guess I walked away from the screen and did something. I guess I went to get something to eat. Something he hasn't done in a while from 205 Live. Gulak says if Strowman follows the advice in the slides, he just might win at Crown Jewel. Strowman launches Gulak across the ring for a few times. Strowman follows up with a big boot to the face. Gulak kicks at Strowman's leg and fights back, but Strowman drops him with a headbutt, and the fans pop. Gulak gets knocked to the floor. Strowman runs around the ring and levels Gulak with a big shoulder, but falls on top of him this time. Strowman brings him back in the ring and nails a big splash in the corner as fans do the get these hands chant. Strowman clubs Gulak back to the mat and scoops him for the big power slam. Alabama slam. Strowman covers for the pin and the win. After the match, Strowman stands tall as his music hits, announces plug to WWE 2K20 and send that to a promo for the new video game, which will be out on Tuesday. Next Tuesday's debut. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns versus consummated King Corbin and Shinsuke Nakamura. We go to the ring. Out first comes Daniel Bryan for the main event. Back to commercial. Back to the right. Bryan looks on from his corner as King Corbin and WWE Continental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura were already out. Along with Sami Zayn, Greg Hamilton does introductions and then introduces the new team captain of Team Hulk Hogan at Crown Jewel, Roman Reigns. Reigns hits a ring to a pop. Cole also confirms Ali and Shorty for Team Hogan. Reigns as the captain. Then he announces it. I missed that. Bell rings and Reigns goes at it with Corbin. Reigns unloads and takes control for a few minutes. Bryan tags in and delivers several drop kicks in the corner. Bryan takes Corbin down and delivers a yes chant. The orgasm kicks while Corbin is on his knees. Fans count along. Corbin manages to tag Nakamura in. Nakamura kicks on Bryan, but Bryan uppercuts him. The trade strikes in the middle of the ring. Bryan drops Nakamura with a big knee to the gut. Bryan goes to the top, but Nakamura kicks him to the floor after a distraction on the apron by Sami. We cut to a commercial with Bryan down on the floor. Didn't see any split screen at all during SmackDown at all. Back from the break, Corbin unloads on Bryan to keep him down. Fans boo. Nakamura tags back in. They double team Bryan, but he lands on his feet. Come back in at that point and seen this. From then on, I've seen the rest of it. Braun fights off Nakamura and sends Corbin shoulder first in the ring post for a pop. Nakamura strikes Bryan in the corner. Bryan runs the ropes and clotheslines Nakamura. Fans start rallying for Bryan. Now as Reigns returns to the apron for the ring, for the tag. Reigns reaches the tag, but Corbin yanks him off the apron and launches him into the steel steps. Sami laughs. Nakamura counters Bryan and drops him with a kick. Nakamura with a running knee to Bryan for a close 2 count. Corbin places Reigns face down on the steel steps. He grabs the other half of them, and goes to Sam on the back of Reigns' head, but the referee warns him. Bryan runs the ropes, ducks Nakamura, and kicks Corbin through the ropes to drop him. Bryan and Nakamura tangle off of a pin attempt as Bryan counters with a LaBelle lock. Sammy sends Corbin back in, and Corbin breaks the submission. Corbin unloads on Bryan now and launches him into the corner. Corbin ends up running out to run back in with an attack, but Reigns leaps off the steps to hit a Superman punch on him on the outside. Reigns gets fired up and puts Corbin through the timekeeper's area with a big spear through the barrier. Sammy is shocked. Bryan unloads with the orgasm yes kicks to Nakamura's back in the ring. Now, while fans count along. Fired up with him. Nakamura gets dropped with a roundhouse kick. Bryan charges at Nakamura, but Nakamura nails a flying knee of his own. Bryan ducks a Katasha attempt and immediately hits a running knee of his own. Bryan quickly covers for the pin and the win. After the match, Bryan stands tall as the music hits. Reigns starts to recover from the debris with Corbin on the outside. We go to replays. Reigns is in the ring with Bryan. Now as Bryan plays the crowd for more pops. Colesaw reminding us that SmackDown will air on FS1 next week. Only. WWE Hall of Famers Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan will be there, along with Cain Velasquez and WWE Champion Brock Lesnar. SmackDown goes off the air with Reigns and Bryan standing tall in the ring. 205 Live show begins with Drake Maverick congratulating all of those on the 205 Live roster who were drafted over to Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. He also announces that he and William Regal have made a deal that the members of 205 Live will begin competing on NXT and vice versa. Commentators Tom Phillips and Aiden Lewis welcome us to a brand new episode of 205 Live. First match of the night was announced. Gentleman Jack Gallagher versus the Brian Kendrick, former tag team partners. Gallagher runs down the ramp, starts the fight early on. On the outside, Gallagher Irish whips Kendrick into the barricade and then goes for the drop kick. Kendrick takes a kendo stick and smacks Gallagher with it. The bell has not rung yet. Once both men get in the ring, the referee starts the match. Kendrick with an elbow strike right into Gallagher's back. Gallagher tries to get himself up, but isn't having any luck. Kendrick is in control. Kendrick puts Gallagher in a submission. He keeps striking Gallagher right in his ribs. Gallagher gets a window of opportunity with a belly back suplex on the outside. The Bells crawl into the ring. Gallagher with a drop kick off the top rope, goes for the cover, and Kendrick kicks out. Kendrick with a super kick, which leads to a captain's hook submission. Gallagher reverses the pin with a pin. Kendrick kicks out. Kendrick fires back with a headbutt. Gallagher on the outside picks up the kendo stick. Referee warns him not to take the swing. Kendrick counters with a slice spread, goes for the cover, picks up the win. Video package of Angel Garcia is shown. He will now be competing on 205 Live. More draft picks now shown. Up next, tag team action. The Singh brothers, Samir and Sunil, versus Justin Alexander and Justin Morris. Two unknown wrestlers. Samir and Alexander start the match. Alexander puts Samir in a side headlock. Samir puts down Alexander. He tags in Sunil. Wonder if they got drafted from somewhere. Sunil off the second rope lands on Alexander. Sunil puts Alexander in a headlock. Alexander reverses with a chest chop. Alexander tags in Morris. Samir and Sunil plant a double super kick. Side sweep on Morris. Samir is on top, lands a Bollywood blast. Goes for the cover. They get the win. Of course. Jobbers. Winner of the match, Singh Brothers. After the match, Singh Brothers dance around the ring, celebrating the victory. It's announced that NXT Cruiserweight Champion Lio Rush will return next week to 205 Live. And now the main event. Oney Lorcan versus Tony Nese versus Ari DeVere. Triple threat match. DeVere and Nese team together and kick Lorcan down to start the match off. Nese then takes the lead up, throwing a few hits. Double closeout from Nese and DeVere follows. Lorcan fights back and sends both Nese and DeVere to the outside. Nese gets back in the ring. Lorcan goes on the attack with an uppercut. DeVere makes his way into the ring, only to pin Lorcan. Lorcan kicks out. Knees chest chops Lorcan and plants a few kicks. DeVary chest chops knees. Lorcan with another uppercut on DeVary. Knees plants a drop kick right on Lorcan's face. Goes for the cover. Kicks out. DeVary puts Lorcan in the corner and applies several forearm and kicks. DeVary on the second rope. Jumps off only to be met with an uppercut. Knees comes back into the ring. DeVary and Knees decide to team up again and kick Lorcan while he's down. Knees and DeVary with a stalling suplex on Lorcan. DeVary from behind turns on Knees with a back hit. Lorcan with an elbow on DeVary. Lorcan launches himself off the top rope on DeVary. He does it again in the ring and on the outside. All three men back in the ring. Lorcan goes from corner to corner and attacks Knees and DeVary. Knees lands a springboard moonsault on Lorcan. Goes for the cover and Lorcan kicks out. Knees Lorcan right in the chest. Goes up top. Jumps off and tries to land a 450. Lorcan moves out of the way. Plants a half and half on Knees. Goes for the cover and DeVary breaks the count. DeVary on the top rope. Knees with a palm strike. He meets him on the top turnbuckle. Lorcan dumps Knees on the outside. Lorcan with a superplex on DeVary. Knees comes back into the ring and slams Lorcan with a sunset driver. Goes for the cover and wins the match. Winner of the match, Tony Knees. After the match, Knees gets on one of the commentator's headsets and tells Rush congratulations for being the champ at the moment, but he is going to take back what's his. That concludes the 205 Live results. So what happened after SmackDown and 205 Live? Well, up there, fans in attendance got to see a dark match, main event. Post-match show, dark match with Cesaro versus Miz. Fans in attendance also got another surprise during this match. After it looked like Cesaro was going to win a match, the Fiend with a surprise appearance and attacked Cesaro. This caused the match to end by disqualification. And here's the link. Thanks to Tim Rose on Twitter. At Tim Rose tweeting, The Miz and Cesaro were the dark match. Cesaro swung The Miz around 20 times, which set him up for the neutralizer. When go to the link to see what happened in the video. And that was the disqualification finish. Thanks and peace out. See you on video. Thanks for watching. That concludes my video for SmackDown and 205 Live.